President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi headed a cabinet meeting at the Strategic Command Center in the new administrative capital on Thursday. The meeting touched on the government's plans for a relocation of the old ministries and state institutions at the new capital. The president called on intensifying efforts for making a true development at the state's administrative bodies through training employees and government cadres along the recent scientific management systems. The president was briefed over the progress of work at the projects carried out within the framework of the first phase of Decent Life Initiative for developing countryside and preparations for the start of initiative's second phase. Earlier, President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi performed Fajr prayer at Egypt Islamic Cultural Center in the new administrative capital after its inauguration on the first day of the holy month of Ramadan. Egypt's Islamic Cultural Center is a great achievement and one of the most important projects established in the new administrative capital.
On the eve of the first day of the holy month of Ramadan, President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi inaugurated Egypt's Islamic Cultural Center in the new administrative capital early Thursday. In his brief statement, the president said it is important to be together on this great occasion, praising the efforts of workers in the new capital over the past few years. President el-Sisi was accompanied by senior statesmen including Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli, Minister of Foreign Affairs Sameh Shukri, Al-Azhar Grand Imam Ahmed Al-Tayyib, and the Minister of Religious Endowments Mohammed Mukhtar Goma. President el-Sisi was briefed on the center built in the government district and comprising Egypt Mosque, which is the world's second largest mosque. The new Islamic Cultural Center is a vital cultural center not only in Egypt but in Africa as well. It will be a hub of activities and learning opportunities for people of all ages and backgrounds. The center is a symbol of Egypt's commitment to preserving its cultural heritage with embracing modernity. The celebration was a time to recognize and honor the dedication and hard work of those involved in making the project a reality. The center's opening is a significant milestone for Egypt, emphasizing its cultural and religious diversity and commitment to fostering intellectual growth and development. The Islamic Cultural Center in Egypt will provide an essential platform for Egyptians to learn about their religion and culture while welcoming people from all over the world to explore and appreciate their rich history and traditions. The mosque extends over an area of 19,100 square meters. It has three main entrances surmounted by Islamic domes and a fourth serves entrance. The mosque can accommodate up to 107,000 worshippers, including 12,000 in its 9,600-meter main prayer hall, 40,000 in the upper hall, and 55,000 in the lower hall. It also has a number of halls for various ceremonies and chambers for teaching Quran to men, women, and children. The establishment has a parking lot and a 7-story parking whose capacity is 3,000 cars. Ahead of the inauguration, The president had the suhoor with workers in the capital according to a statement by the presidential spokesperson Ahmed Fahmi. He also listened to religious songs by a number of youth singers. Moreover, President El-Sisi also thanked the participants, workers, singers, and musicians, praising efforts exerted by workers of the administrative capital.
بشكر طبعا الشباب والايد العافيه اللي بتشتغل وبتعمل الاعمال الرائعه ديت على مدى السنين اللي فاتت يعني.
The government has started relocating 30,000 public employees to the new capital since the beginning of the year. This step is expected to be completed by April.
Prime Minister Mustafa Mbouli held a meeting with the French delegation in the new administrative capital on Thursday. During the meeting, Mbouli stressed that the main axis of the state's effort was focusing on building Egyptian human being in the Egyptian character in the last 8 years. The Premier noted that the urban area in Egypt now exceeds 12% from the total service area of Egypt, after being under the limit of 7% in the past. He highlighted the huge projects implemented to develop basic infrastructure networks, adding that President El-Sisi launched Decent Life Initiative to develop the countryside, which represents 55% of the total population. The meeting included France's former Defense Minister Pierre Lelouch, member of French Senate Valérie Boyer, in addition to a number of French journalists, writers, and activists in the field of women affairs and alternative energy.
Prime Minister Mustafa Mbouli discussed with the chairman of Teida and Xi Ching companies for the plastic products and the steel industries the projected production of ductile iron pipes inside the Chinese Cooperation Zone Egypt-Teida at the Suez Canal Economic Zone. The Prime Minister asserted that the state supports this mega project. For his part, the chief of Egypt Africa Teida Company expressed gratitude for the head of the Suez Canal General Authority over his continued efforts for removing any obstacles facing the Chinese investments in Egypt. The meeting came in the wake of a recent visit by Mbouli to China Teida at Al Ain al-Sukhna port. Egypt's stock market indices soared, being bolstered by the purchasing operations by the Arab and the foreign investors. The main EGX 30 index soared 2.44%. The small and medium EGX 70 index added 1.5%. The more expanded EGX 100 index added 1.63%. The overall transactions and dealings within the session reached £1.1 billion.